Hello, welcome to my first video. I'll leave it for another video to explain what this channel is all about and what my goals are with the channel. Today I'm going to be going through Nutting's First Latin Reader. The stories are about America. I'm up to lesson 78. This is my first time going through this lesson, so we'll be going through it together. The format will be roughly, I read the sentence in Latin, I'll break it down and translate each part. I'll pass the grammar if I need to, or give any necessary explanations, and then I'll read the lesson again. So let's start. So this is lesson 78, Fortune Favors the Brave. In exercitu Americano olim erat centurio quidam, nomine Jasper, qui semper in periculis maximis libenter versabator. So let's start with my breaking up into parts. In exercitu Americano, in the American army, olim erat centurio quidam, there was a certain officer, a centurion. I don't think the American army at that time had centurions, but I would assume that a centurio is like an officer. Olim means at one time, once upon a time, that sort of thing, but you don't need to translate it. Nomine Jasper, by the name of Jasper, qui semper in periculis maximis libenter versabator, who always willingly exposed himself, moved in the greatest dangers. In the American army, there was a certain officer by the name of Jasper who always would expose himself to the great dangers. I'll read that again. Exercitu Americano olim erat centurio quidam nomine Jasper, qui semper in periculis maximis libenter versabator. Sicut cum Britanni castar caedam appugna narent, vexillumque Americanum telis abreptum in terram extra munitiones cecidisset, inter tela quae plurima hostes coniciebant, e castris Europit ille, vexillumque areptum in vallo ursus posuit. Sicut, thus, cum Britanni castra quaedam appugnaverant. When the British were making an attack on a certain camp, I think appugnaverant, it's like besieging. Appugnaverant. Let me have a look. Attacking, yes, besieging. Vexillumque. When the British were attacking a certain camp, an American camp, vexillumque, and the flag, I think, vexillum. Vexillum. Flag, yes. So I'm working this out as we're reading this together. Americanum telis abreptum. I don't know what abreptum means. Let's look it up. Abreptum. Take away by violence. I think that might be the one. Or carry off. Telis, that looks like an ablative. Mana means, I'm not an expert on ablatives. So taken away by the bullets, I think. Telis is like missiles. Carried off. I'm not quite sure what. Taken away was blown away, perhaps, or it had become detached as a result of the bullets, probably. In terram extra munitiones cecidisset. It fell to the ground outside the fortifications, the walls. Inter tela, among the bullets, quae plurima hostes coniciebant, e castris erupit illa. So this centurion, this officer, came out of the camp, or burst out of the camp, exposing himself to fire from the enemy. The bullets which many of the enemy were firing at him. Vexillumque arreptum. Now, I have to look that one up. Seized, okay. In vallo russus posuit. So he placed the flag which he had picked up, arreptum, and in the valley, in the field, again. So thus, when the British were attacking the camp, an American camp, and a flag had been dislodged. An American flag had been dislodged and fallen into outside of the walls, into the ground. This officer came out of the camp, braved the bullets which the enemy were firing at him, and placed the flag into the field, which he'd picked up again. Sicut cum Britanni castra caedam oppugnarent, vexillumque Americanum telis abreptum in terram extramutiones cecidisset, inter tela quae plurima hostes coniciebant, e castris erupit illa, vexillumque arreptum in vallo russus posuit. There's the first paragraph. I wonder if I'll make it through the rest of this lesson in 15 minutes. That's the maximum time I have. Ac Paulo post cum cognovisset Americanos paucos a Britannis capitis damnatos savannam ad mortem deduci, uno cum comite prefectus ad fontum ad procul ad vea urba in insidiis latebat, ut civi visuis si posset auxilio esset. Alright, this is the longest sentence. Ac Paulo post, and a little shortly afterwards, cum cognovisset Americanos paucos a Britannis capitis damnatos savannam ad mortem deduci. Okay. So when he found out, or when he realized, I suppose, a few Americans, capitis, capitis, okay, I understand, that's of the head, so this is capital punishment, it goes with damnatos. So a few Americans condemned by the British to death, capitis, of their head, were led, I think, deduki, led away, perhaps, lots of definitions, probably led, brought to trial, perhaps. Were led to Savannah. I don't know what Savannah. See note, page 79. To whatever the Savannah, to the Savannah, whatever that is, to their execution. Uno cum comite profectus, set out together with a companion, ad fontem ad procul ab ea urbe, to a spring, fountain, not far from that city. In ea urbe, I don't know when the city was brought up before. In insidiis latebat, lay in wait, so hiding in a trap. Ut civibus suis si posset auxilio esset, so that he could be of help, if he was able, to his fellow countrymen. So a little afterwards, when he found out a few Americans were being led by the British and having been condemned to death, or being led to their death in Savannah, wherever that is, set off with a companion, together with a companion, to a spring not far away from that city, and lay in wait, so that he could come to the aid of his countrymen if he could. Mox in conspectum venerunt captivi, quos milites decem custodiebat. I should read that again, sorry. Ac Paulo post, cum cognoviset Americanos paucos a Britannis capitis damnatos savanam ad mortem deduci, uno cum comite profectus ad fontem ad procul ab ea urbe in insidiis latebat, ut civibus suis si posset auxilio esset. Mox in conspectum venerunt captivi, quos milites decem custodiebat, equibus octo ubi ad fontem proventum est, armis sub arboribus relictis aquam aurire porperaverunt. So let's analyze this. So soon, Mox, the prisoners, captivi, came into sight, conspectum venerunt, whom 10 soldiers were guarding, quos milites decem custodiebant, of whom 8 equibus octo ubi ad fontem parventum est. I assume that's when they arrived at the spring. Armis sub arboribus relictis, they set down their arms, their weapons, under a tree. Aquam haurire poperaverunt, they hurried to drink the water, to drain the water. Didn't know that infinitives go with poperaverunt. There you go. So soon he caught sight of 8 of the prisoners, whom 8 soldiers were guarding.